Imagine discovering a planet so massive, yet so close to its star, that it completely challenges everything we thought we knew about the universe. What if this planet could support life, but in ways we never expected? Sounds like science fiction, right? But it's real. Astronomers have found a super-Earth that defies logic, and it's closer than you think. What would it mean for the search for life beyond Earth? Could we be looking at a world with the potential for life? Stick around and let's dive into this mind-bending discovery that's got scientists rethinking everything. What is a super-Earth? Super-Earths are a fascinating class of exoplanets that have been at the forefront of astronomical studies in recent years. But what exactly makes them so unique? Let's break it down. Super-Earths are planets that are larger than Earth, but smaller than the gas giants like Uranus or Neptune. These planets are not necessarily made of the same materials as Earth, but they do share some similarities that make them intriguing. These planets are primarily rocky, much like our own Earth, and typically sit within the habitable zone of their stars, meaning that the temperature on these planets could be just right for liquid water to exist. And we all know water is one of the key ingredients for life. Imagine a world that's just a bit bigger than Earth, with the possibility of oceans, lakes, and maybe even life. Sounds like science fiction, right? But this is a very real phenomenon astronomers are uncovering in our galaxy. Super-Earths are typically located in the so-called Goldilocks zone, where conditions are neither too hot nor too cold. While this term might seem a little whimsical, it's based on the idea that these planets could potentially harbor life in a way that is very similar to Earth. They are a bit more massive than Earth, which can influence everything from gravity to the planet's atmosphere. The concept of a super-Earth challenges our assumptions about how planets form and what the possibilities for life in the universe really are. So next time someone mentions a super-Earth, just know that we're talking about planets with the potential to be life-bearing, and they're out there, waiting to be discovered. The discovery. Let's jump into the thrilling moment when astronomers made this incredible discovery, TOI 715b, a super-Earth that's capturing everyone's attention. It's not just the fact that it's a super-Earth, it's where and how it was found that's making waves in the scientific community. TOI 715b orbits a red dwarf star about 137 light-years away from Earth, a distance that seems far but is actually relatively close in cosmic terms. But here's the twist. This planet exists in the habitable zone of its star. What does that mean for us? It means that the conditions on TOI 715b could allow liquid water to exist on its surface. Yes, liquid water, one of the critical elements for life. The discovery of TOI 715b was made possible by NASA's Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite, which is specifically designed to look for exoplanets that could potentially support life. Scientists are particularly excited about this discovery because TOI 715b is located at a sweet spot, not too close to its star to be scorched, but not too far to be frozen. This makes it a prime candidate for studying planetary atmospheres and understanding what it takes to support life beyond Earth. What's even more intriguing is that TOI 715b is about 1.5 times the size of Earth, putting it in that sweet middle ground that makes it an exciting prospect for further study. So, why does this matter? Well, TOI 715b represents a type of planet that could hold the key to understanding how planets with similar characteristics evolve and whether they could one day support life forms. Scientists are now looking forward to studying this planet in even greater detail. Could this super-Earth be one of the next steps in the search for life beyond our solar system? The discovery of TOI 715b has opened up a whole new chapter in the exploration of exoplanets and what lies beyond our own home planet. The anomaly. Now here's where things get really interesting. TOI 715b doesn't quite fit the mold of what scientists expected. You see, red dwarf stars are the most common type of star in our galaxy. They are much smaller and cooler than our sun, so any planets orbiting these stars should, in theory, be much smaller too. In fact, most of the planets discovered around red dwarfs are either rocky and small, or gas giants. But TOI 715b is something else entirely. It's a massive super-Earth about 1.5 times the size of our planet, orbiting a red dwarf star. And here's the kicker. According to current models of planetary formation, such massive planets should not exist around these types of stars. This discovery is throwing all of our previous assumptions into question. How did this giant planet form in a place where it shouldn't be able to exist? The answer isn't clear yet, but that's what makes this discovery so groundbreaking. It could completely change how we understand the formation of planets. Maybe it's not just the size of a star that determines the size of the planets that orbit it, but other unknown factors. Some astronomers suggest that the planet might have formed through a different mechanism, such as the accretion of a vast amount of material that wasn't initially accounted for. Others believe it could have been captured by the red dwarf star after originally forming around another, more massive star. Whatever the reason, TOI 715b's size and its location in the habitable zone has sparked a whirlwind of new theories about how planets, and potentially life, can exist in places we never imagined. In many ways, this discovery is a cosmic curveball, and scientists can't wait to learn more about how it fits into the puzzle of our universe. Implications for life. Now, you might be wondering, what does this all mean for life as we know it? Well, TOI 715b's potential to support life is one of the most exciting aspects of this discovery. The fact that this super-Earth exists in the habitable zone of its star, where temperatures are just right for liquid water to exist, is no small thing. Liquid water is essential for life as we understand it, and the idea that it could exist on another planet opens up the possibility that we are not alone in the universe. But there's more to it than just water. TOI 715b is a rocky planet, which means it has a solid surface that could potentially support life forms. In fact, it's the perfect candidate for future studies that aim to find out whether there could be signs of life beyond Earth. The size of the planet also plays a role in its habitability. Because it's larger than Earth, it might have a thicker atmosphere, which could help protect life from harmful radiation. This could also make the planet more resilient to changes in its environment. Could there be microbes living beneath the surface, or perhaps advanced civilizations on the horizon? While we don't have direct evidence of life on TOI 715b yet, the fact that it sits in its star's habitable zone gives scientists hope. If life can thrive in the most unlikely places right here on Earth, who's to say it couldn't exist on a distant super-Earth? The implications of this discovery are profound. It opens up the possibility of finding life in places we've never considered before, and sparks a renewed interest in the search for extraterrestrial life. So, while TOI 715b might not have aliens waving hello just yet, it's certainly a place worth keeping an eye on as we continue our quest to answer the age-old question, are we alone in the universe? The road ahead. What's next for the search for exoplanets like TOI 715b? Well, this discovery is just the tip of the iceberg. As exciting as it is to find a planet that challenges everything we know, it's also the perfect jumping-off point for further exploration. There's so much more we need to learn, and this discovery opens up an entirely new field of study. First off, astronomers are already working on detailed follow-up observations. They'll be using instruments like the James Webb Space Telescope to peer deeper into TOI 715b's atmosphere, trying to detect the chemical fingerprints of life. This will help us understand the planet's atmospheric composition, whether it has an atmosphere thick enough to trap heat, and if it could sustain conditions similar to Earth. But the search doesn't stop there. Scientists are already hunting for other super-Earths in the habitable zone of nearby stars. In fact, TOI 715b is just one of many super-Earths discovered, and there's a growing list of planets that might be hiding life right under our noses. What's truly exciting is that every new discovery adds a piece to the puzzle of how life could arise on different worlds. So, while we haven't found definitive proof of life on TOI 715b yet, the door is wide open. Who knows? Our future missions could uncover something that changes everything. We could be looking at the birth of the next great space-age frontier, where we begin to answer the question, what lies beyond our Earth, and are we truly alone in this vast universe? The road ahead is filled with questions, curiosity, and the infinite potential to change the way we think about the cosmos. The discovery of TOI 715b is only the beginning of an extraordinary journey into the unknown. So what next? So, after all this, what can we take away from the discovery of TOI 715b? This super-Earth has rewritten the playbook on what we know about planets orbiting red dwarf stars. The fact that it's not just any ordinary planet but one that could potentially support life is a game-changer in our search for life beyond Earth. We've long thought that red dwarfs couldn't host such massive habitable planets, yet here we are with TOI 715b proving us wrong. But this discovery is more than just a scientific curiosity. It's a reminder that the universe is full of surprises, places and phenomena we can't even begin to imagine. If a planet like TOI 715b exists in a zone we thought was too inhospitable, who knows what else is out there waiting to be discovered? Our understanding of planetary formation and habitability is evolving, and this find is at the forefront of that change. It's pushing us to think bigger and dream bolder. And this is only the beginning. With new tools and technology, we will be able to study planets like TOI 715b in greater detail, and who knows what secrets they might reveal. Could this planet hold the key to unlocking the mystery of life in the universe? Perhaps it's not just a possibility, we may one day find ourselves gazing at TOI 715b through a telescope, wondering if life has already taken root. For now, the discovery of this super-Earth has shown us that the cosmos is far more mysterious and full of wonder than we ever imagined. So, the next time you look up at the stars, remember that the universe is just getting started in revealing its secrets, and we're only scratching the surface. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through the cosmos. If you found this discovery as mind-blowing as we did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to InnoVision Tech for more groundbreaking insights. What do you think? Could there be life on planets like TOI 715b? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep exploring the edges of science and technology. Have you ever wondered just how far we can see into the universe? How far back in time can we peer to uncover the mysteries of the cosmos? The universe is vast, and every new discovery helps us understand it just a little bit more. But here's the big question. What if we could observe galaxies that formed just a few 100 million years after the Big Bang? Imagine what secrets they could reveal. Today, we're diving into the discovery of the most distant galaxy ever found and exploring how far we can actually see. Ready to join the cosmic journey? Let's go! Introduction to Cosmic Exploration. When we gaze up at the night sky, it's hard not to wonder about the vastness of the universe. How far does it really go? And what mysteries lie beyond the stars we see with the naked eye? These are the kinds of questions that drive astronomers and space enthusiasts alike to explore the cosmos. Over the centuries, our understanding of the universe has evolved significantly, thanks to groundbreaking technological advancements and the courage to venture into the unknown. In the early days of space exploration, the ability to view distant galaxies was limited by the tools available to astronomers. Telescopes allowed us to look deeper into space than ever before, but the farther we looked, the more we realized how much we were still missing. That all began to change with the advent of space telescopes like Hubble. Hubble gave us unprecedented views of the universe, showing us galaxies that were millions, even billions of light-years away. Yet even Hubble's extraordinary capabilities were still bound by the limits of the visible light spectrum. But what if we could see beyond visible light? What if we could look at the universe as it existed in its infancy, just a few 100 million years after the Big Bang? With the launch of the James Webb Space Telescope, this possibility became a reality. Webb's infrared capabilities allow us to peer further into space and further back in time than any telescope before it. Thanks to Webb, astronomers have discovered a galaxy so distant that it has completely transformed our understanding of the early universe. But what exactly does this discovery mean? How far can we really see, and what can it tell us about the birth of galaxies? Let's dive into this groundbreaking exploration of the most distant galaxy ever discovered. The role of the James Webb Space Telescope. Imagine being able to see something no one else has ever seen before. That's exactly what the James Webb Space Telescope enables scientists to do. Launched on December 25, 2021, JWST has quickly become one of the most powerful and influential tools in the history of astronomy. Unlike the Hubble Space Telescope, which primarily observes invisible light, Webb is equipped to observe infrared light, a type of light that is invisible to the human eye. Infrared observations are crucial for studying distant objects in the universe because, as light travels across the vast expanse of space, it stretches out due to the expansion of the universe. This stretching causes light to shift to longer wavelengths, which we detect as infrared light. Essentially, the farther away a galaxy is, the more its light has been stretched, making it visible only in the infrared spectrum. That's where Webb comes in. Thanks to its cutting-edge instruments, the JWST is able to capture infrared light with an unprecedented level of detail. One of Webb's primary missions was to look deeper into the universe than ever before, and to study the very first galaxies that formed after the Big Bang. This is a critical task because understanding the birth and evolution of galaxies is key to understanding the origins of the universe itself. The JWST's ability to see through cosmic dust and gas allows it to provide a clearer picture of the earliest galaxies, which were previously invisible or difficult to study. By observing these galaxies, astronomers can unlock the secrets of how stars and galaxies came together in the early universe, offering new insights into the conditions that led to the creation of the cosmos as we know it. Webb's findings are already shaking up our understanding of the universe's evolution, and one discovery in particular has captured the attention of scientists and space enthusiasts around the world. But what exactly did they find? Let's take a closer look. Discovery of JADES GSZ 14-0. In May 2024, astronomers using the James Webb Space Telescope made a groundbreaking discovery that would change the way we view the universe. They identified a galaxy named JADES GSZ 14-0, located at a staggering redshift of 14.32. But what does that mean? Well, the redshift of a galaxy tells us how far away it is and how much its light has stretched as it traveled across space. A higher redshift indicates a galaxy that existed closer to the beginning of the universe, meaning JADES GSZ 14-0 is one of the most distant galaxies ever observed. At a distance of around 13.5 billion light-years from Earth, JADES GSZ 14-0 is located in a time just under 300 million years after the Big Bang. This is an incredibly important finding because it provides a glimpse into the earliest stages of the universe, when galaxies were first beginning to form and evolve. To put this into perspective, if we were looking at Earth from this distant galaxy, we would be seeing our planet as it was just a few million years after life began to emerge. The discovery of JADES GSZ 14-0 pushes the limits of what we thought was possible. It challenges the existing models of galaxy formation, suggesting that galaxies were able to form and evolve much faster than previously anticipated. The early universe was a chaotic place full of energy, gas, and radiation, yet somehow in this tumultuous environment, galaxies like JADES GSZ 14-0 were able to emerge. The fact that we can observe such an ancient galaxy is a testament to the power of modern technology, and it raises important questions about how galaxies formed in the first few hundred million years after the Big Bang. What does this mean for our understanding of the universe's infancy, and how much further can we see? These are just some of the exciting questions this discovery raises. Characteristics of JADES GSZ 14-0. When scientists first observed JADES GSZ 14-0, they were amazed by its size, brightness, and activity. Three characteristics that make this galaxy truly remarkable. Despite its extreme distance, JADES GSZ 14-0 appears to be quite luminous, meaning it emits an incredible amount of light for its age. This is particularly significant because galaxies in the early universe were expected to be much smaller and dimmer, especially in comparison to the massive mature galaxies we observe today. So, how is this galaxy so bright? The answer lies in the rapid rate of star formation within the galaxy. Spectroscopic data gathered by the JWST reveals that JADES GSZ 14-0 is actively producing stars, and this star formation process is likely responsible for its high luminosity. The fact that this galaxy is so active in its star formation so soon after the Big Bang challenges current models of how galaxies evolve. It suggests that galaxies in the early universe may have formed and matured much faster than we previously thought. Another fascinating characteristic of JADES GSZ 14-0 is its size. The galaxy spans over 1,600 light-years across, which is a significant size for a galaxy so young. This large size further challenges our understanding of how galaxies grow and evolve in the early stages of the universe. Astronomers expected early galaxies to be smaller and less structured, but JADES GSZ 14-0 bucks that trend. Its size and activity make it a valuable object of study for astronomers who are trying to piece together the story of galaxy formation. Additionally, the galaxy's composition is of great interest to researchers. Observations of Jade's GSZ 14-0 have revealed the presence of key elements like hydrogen and oxygen, which are essential ingredients for star formation. These findings provide critical insights into the processes that fueled the creation of the first stars and galaxies. By studying galaxies like Jade's GSZ 14-0, astronomers are beginning to build a clearer picture of the early universe and how the first stars and galaxies came to be. It's discoveries like this that push the boundaries of human knowledge and open up new avenues for exploration. What more can we learn from galaxies like Jade's GSZ 14-0? The future of cosmic exploration looks incredibly exciting. Implications for cosmology. The discovery of Jade's GSZ 14-0 offers more than just a fascinating glimpse into a distant galaxy. It holds profound implications for our understanding of cosmology, the study of the universe's origins, structure, and evolution. As we peer deeper into the cosmos, we're not just uncovering more galaxies, but we're uncovering the very processes that shaped the universe in its infancy. Jade's GSZ 14-0, located a mere 300 million years after the Big Bang, provides critical insights into the early universe when stars and galaxies were first forming in the chaotic environment that followed the Big Bang. This discovery is crucial for understanding a period in the universe's history known as the Cosmic Dawn, the time when the first stars lit up the universe, pushing back the darkness of the cosmic dark ages. The light from these early stars helped to ionize hydrogen gas and set the stage for the formation of more complex structures like galaxies, black holes, and even planets. Jade's GSZ 14-0, with its high star formation rate and abundant luminous activity, serves as a cosmic time capsule from this pivotal moment in the universe's evolution. Moreover, this galaxy challenges our models of galaxy formation. Until now, scientists believed that galaxies in the early universe would be much smaller and less developed, but Jade's GSZ 14-0's surprising size and brightness suggests that galaxies might have formed much faster and more efficiently than we previously thought. This could alter our understanding of how galaxies evolve over time and may prompt astronomers to reconsider theories about the conditions required for galaxy formation in the early universe. As we continue to observe galaxies like Jade's GSZ 14-0, we may uncover even more surprises that will reshape the way we think about the birth and growth of galaxies across the cosmos. Future prospects. The discovery of Jade's GSZ 14-0 is just the beginning of an exciting new chapter in cosmic exploration. With the James Webb Space Telescope continuing its mission, astronomers are poised to uncover even more distant galaxies, pushing the boundaries of our knowledge further than ever before. While Jade's GSZ 14-0 holds the current record as the most distant galaxy ever observed, there's no telling how much farther we can look into the universe's past. The future of astronomy is incredibly bright thanks to the capabilities of Webb and other upcoming space missions. Webb's infrared instruments have allowed scientists to see galaxies from a time long before our solar system even existed. And these observations are not only helping us learn about the universe's origins, but also providing clues about its future. As we gather more data on galaxies like Jade's GSZ 14-0, we'll continue to refine our understanding of the universe's history, including the formation of stars, galaxies, and black holes. The implications of these discoveries go far beyond the early universe. They also hold the key to understanding how galaxies evolve over billions of years, which will help us predict the future of our own galaxy, the Milky Way. In the coming years, astronomers expect to discover even more galaxies that existed during the universe's early stages, revealing new secrets about the formation of cosmic structures and the evolution of the universe itself. As technology improves and our tools become even more advanced, the quest to understand the universe's earliest epochs will only accelerate. With each new discovery, we take one step closer to understanding how the universe came to be, how it evolved, and where it's headed in the future. The most distant galaxies are not just objects of fascination. They are keys to unlocking the mysteries of the cosmos, and the journey to uncover them is just beginning. Thanks for tuning in to InnoVision Tech. We've just scratched the surface of the universe's deepest mysteries, but there's so much more to discover. What do you think? How far do you believe we can see into space? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this journey with us. Subscribe for more fascinating tech and space discoveries, and stay tuned for the next adventure. Until then, keep exploring the infinite possibilities. Imagine a planet so hot that it rains molten iron. Sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, right? But what if I told you that this is actually real? Meet WASP-76b, a distant exoplanet where the unimaginable happens. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in a world where metals turn to vapor, only to rain down as liquid iron? Or where the temperature is so extreme that even the toughest materials melt away? Let's dive into this fiery world and explore what makes WASP-76b one of the most mind-blowing planets we've ever discovered. WASP-76b. Let me take you on an incredible journey to a distant corner of the universe, to a planet where the unimaginable becomes reality. Meet WASP-76b, a giant exoplanet about 640 light-years away in the constellation Pisces. Now hold on to your seat because this planet has a feature that will blow your mind. It rains molten iron. Yes, you heard that right. Rain made of molten metal. WASP-76b is not like any planet in our solar system. It's an entirely new breed of extreme. Its day side is so intensely hot that it can turn metals like iron into vapor. Think about that for a second. Just the thought of a planet where solid metals become gases is enough to make your head spin. What's even crazier is that this exoplanet's night side is much cooler, and that vaporized iron condenses into droplets, creating what can only be described as a molten iron rainstorm on the cooler side. Isn't that just mind-boggling? When we first discovered this planet, we couldn't have imagined that such extreme conditions existed beyond our own world. This planet is the epitome of a hellish environment, one that challenges everything we thought we knew about the universe and the types of places life could potentially thrive. Ready to dive deeper into this scorching mystery? Let's go! Extreme temperatures. Brace yourselves because the temperature on WASP-76b isn't just hot, it's blistering. On the side facing its star, the temperature soars to a jaw-dropping 2,400 degrees Celsius, which is hotter than the surface of Venus, and even hotter than some parts of the Sun. Imagine a place where metal turns into a vaporous cloud just from the sheer heat. The planet's extreme temperature is a result of its proximity to its host star, making its environment more like an oven than a hospitable place. To put things into perspective, if you were to stand on the day side of WASP-76b, you'd be facing a heat that could easily melt steel, let alone the metal used in construction. This isn't just a casual warm day. This is the kind of heat that would cook anything in an instant. But it doesn't end there. The heat is so intense that it causes elements like iron, magnesium, and silicon to vaporize into gases. These gases then get swept away by the planet's winds carried to the cooler side. The truly fascinating part? That molten metal, which should be solid under normal conditions, becomes part of a strange cosmic weather system. You can't help but marvel at how extreme and wild the universe can get when it pushes the boundaries of temperature to their absolute limits. Tidal locking. Imagine living on a planet where one side is always day and the other side is always night. Welcome to the world of tidal locking, and it's the unique fate of WASP-76b. This exoplanet doesn't spin like Earth does. Instead, it is tidally locked, which means one hemisphere always faces its star, while the other is in complete darkness. Can you imagine what that would be like? On one side, you'd be constantly basking in scorching sunlight, while on the other side, you'd be stuck in eternal darkness, where the temperature plummets to unimaginable lows. This unbalanced division creates two extremes, a blistering hot day side and a freezing cold night side. The lack of rotation gives rise to this severe split, and it's a feature scientists have observed on various exoplanets orbiting distant stars. It's a strange but fascinating phenomenon. The day side of WASP-76b receives an uninterrupted flood of energy from its star, keeping it hot enough to turn metals into vapor. Meanwhile, the night side is deprived of sunlight, causing the temperatures to drop and creating an eerie contrast between the two hemispheres. What's even more mind-blowing is how this tidal locking affects the planet's weather systems. Winds carrying hot gases from the day side sweep across the planet, and they bring all kinds of strange, alien phenomena like molten iron rains. The planet's lack of rotation makes it a place where extremes collide, and that makes it one of the most bizarre worlds we've ever discovered. Could life survive here? Probably not. But it definitely makes you think about how other planets in the universe might function in ways we can barely comprehend. Iron vapor and condensation. Now, let's dive into one of the most jaw-dropping features of WASP-76b, The rain of molten iron. Yeah, you heard that right. This planet has a bizarre weather system where iron vapor is created on its scorching day side, and then it condenses into liquid droplets on the cooler night side. This phenomenon is a result of the extreme temperature differences between the two halves of the planet. The day side of WASP-76b is a hellish furnace where temperatures are so high that metals, particularly iron, are vaporized into gases. Think of it as a metal mist swirling in the air, made possible by the scorching heat. But what happens when this vaporized iron is carried away by the planet's winds and reaches the cooler, dark side? The temperature drops and suddenly, that vapor can't stay in the air. It condenses back into droplets of molten iron. This creates an unbelievable phenomenon: iron rain. Now, if you were somehow able to stand on the cooler side of WASP-76b, you'd find yourself getting drenched by droplets of molten iron, which is a little bit more than just a rainy day. These iron droplets would be sizzling hot and dangerous, turning everything they touch into a fiery molten mess. The wind and weather systems on this planet are responsible for this process, and it's a bizarre kind of rain that defies everything we know about Earth's water cycle. The science behind it is fascinating, and it raises questions about how exoplanetary atmospheres work. Could there be other planets where different metals rain down instead of water? And what does this mean for planets with extreme conditions? The iron rain of WASP-76b is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to understanding how wild and strange alien weather can get. Discovery and observations. The discovery of WASP-76b's molten iron rain was a breakthrough that expanded our understanding of exoplanets and their extreme environments. In March 2020, astronomers using the European Southern Observatory's Very Large Telescope made an incredible observation. They detected the presence of iron vapor in the atmosphere of WASP-76b. And just like that, we were introduced to a new world, where conditions are so extreme that metals can exist in gaseous form. This was no ordinary discovery. For years, scientists have been exploring exoplanets and trying to understand how different they could be from Earth. While we've come across many unusual worlds, WASP-76b stood out because of its unique and violent weather system. Thanks to the telescope's advanced capabilities, astronomers were able to analyze the planet's atmosphere in unprecedented detail. They found strong signs of vaporized iron and other heavy metals in the atmosphere, an indication that this exoplanet wasn't just hot, it was a place where extreme conditions could produce strange, almost otherworldly phenomena. But the implications of this discovery go beyond just knowing that iron rains on a planet light years away. It opens up new avenues for studying the weather systems of distant planets, their atmospheres, and how they interact with their stars. The ability to observe such detailed phenomena on distant exoplanets gives us a glimpse into what other extreme worlds might be out there, worlds where rain could be made of metals, or where the atmosphere could be filled with strange gases. The discovery of WASP-76b's molten iron rain shows us how little we truly know about the universe, and how much more there is to learn. Significance. The discovery of WASP-76b's molten iron rain is more than just an astronomical curiosity. It holds immense significance for our understanding of exoplanetary science and the conditions that exist beyond our solar system. This planet challenges the very notion of what a habitable world could look like. The extreme temperatures and bizarre weather systems are like nothing we've ever experienced here on Earth. Studying planets like WASP-76b helps us understand the limits of planetary conditions and pushes the boundaries of what we consider possible in terms of extreme environments. Beyond the fascination of molten rain and scorching temperatures, there's a broader implication. It raises questions about the diversity of planets in the universe. If a planet like WASP-76b can exist with such harsh and alien conditions, what other kinds of planets are out there? What's the likelihood that there are other worlds with strange weather systems, and could they support different forms of life, or at least show us new ways of understanding how life might adapt in extreme environments? WASP-76. B's discovery also highlights the incredible advances in telescope technology. Observing iron vapor in the atmosphere of an exoplanet wasn't possible just a few decades ago, but now, with instruments like the Very Large Telescope, we're able to analyze these distant worlds with astonishing detail. This kind of research not only broadens our knowledge of the universe, but also shapes the future of space exploration. So, as we continue to look deeper into the cosmos, we're reminded that the universe is vast, full of surprises and far more complex than we ever imagined. And who knows? Maybe this is just one of the many astonishing worlds waiting for us to uncover. So, what do you think? Could we ever encounter a planet as extreme as WASP-76b in our own galaxy? Or are we just scratching the surface of what's out there? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this journey through space as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to InnoVision Tech for more mind-blowing discoveries. Thanks for watching, and stay curious about the mysteries of the universe. Hey, welcome back to InnoVision Tech. Have you ever imagined a robot that isn't just made of metal and wires but also living tissue? What if machines could move, heal, and adapt just like humans? It sounds like something from a sci-fi movie, right? Well, biohybrid robots are making that a reality. Today we're diving into the fascinating world where biology meets robotics. So, what could these biohybrids mean for the future? Let's find out! What are biohybrids? Hey, innovators! Have you ever imagined a world where robots aren't just machines but living creatures made from biology and technology? Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But here's the crazy part. Biohybrid robots are already being developed today, combining living tissues with synthetic components to create machines that can move, heal, and adapt just like living organisms. It's not just the future, it's happening now. Biohybrids are the fusion of biology and robotics, opening up possibilities that were once unimaginable. Imagine robots that can regenerate like humans or move with fluidity that traditional machines just can't match. This incredible technology is merging the best of both worlds, biology's resilience and robotics' precision, creating something entirely new. So, why is this such a big deal? Because biohybrids could change everything. They could revolutionize industries like medicine, environmental monitoring, and even space exploration. The real question is, are we ready for this new frontier where life and technology meet? Let's dive into the science and see what makes biohybrids so unique, and why they might just be the future of robotics. Stay tuned as we explore how living cells can give robots a whole new level of intelligence and adaptability. The science behind biohybrids. Now let's get into the science. So, how does a robot get alive in the first place? Well, biohybrids are all about combining living cells with synthetic materials, and it's more than just cool technology. It's a whole new way of thinking about machines. Researchers are using muscle cells, often taken from animals, and combining them with soft robotics. These muscle cells are cultured in labs, and then attached to robotic structures made of flexible materials like silicone or hydrogel. The living cells contract and expand, much like our own muscles do, which gives the robots the ability to move. It's a completely different approach from traditional robots, which rely on motors and gears to perform tasks. The result? A robot that can move more like a living creature, smooth, flexible, and much more efficient in tasks that require delicate, human-like movements. Some biohybrids can even adapt to changes in their environment, respond to stimuli like light and touch, and heal themselves when damaged, something that's never been possible with purely mechanical robots. In short, biohybrids are bridging the gap between the biological world and the robotic one, and we're only scratching the surface of what they could do. Imagine robots that learn, heal, and adapt in real time. This is the future of robotics, and it's happening right now. Real-world applications. Alright, now that we know how biohybrids work, let's talk about how they can actually change our world. These robots aren't just theoretical, they're already making waves in several fields, and their potential is limitless. Take healthcare, for example. Imagine a robot that isn't just a machine, but one that can assist with surgeries or rehabilitation by moving just like a human. Biohybrids powered by living muscle tissue could be used in surgeries that require a delicate touch, offering flexibility and precision that traditional robots simply can't match. They could help doctors perform complex procedures with enhanced dexterity, or even assist patients in their recovery by mimicking human movements for physical therapy. But it doesn't stop there. Biohybrids could also revolutionize environmental monitoring. These robots could navigate through harsh and dangerous environments, places that are too risky for humans or traditional machines. Whether it's exploring the deep ocean, trekking through dense forests, or even venturing into outer space, biohybrids could become our eyes and ears in places we'd otherwise never reach. And since they're part biological, they can adapt in ways that purely mechanical robots simply can't. Biohybrids could evolve to survive in changing conditions, making them incredibly useful for long-term missions in extreme environments. It's clear, biohybrids are the future of robotics, with practical applications that can transform industries and change the way we live. Ethical considerations. As exciting as biohybrids are, they come with some serious ethical questions that we need to address. After all, we're not just talking about creating more advanced robots, we're talking about merging biology with machines, blurring the line between life and artificial intelligence. So, let's dive into the big questions. Should biohybrids have rights? What happens when a robot powered by living cells starts to act and respond in ways that resemble life? It's a tricky question, and one that scientists, ethicists, and lawmakers are already grappling with. If these robots can heal themselves, adapt, and perhaps even learn from their surroundings, does that make them more than just machines? Should we treat them as living organisms with their own rights, or should they remain under human control? It's not just about the robots themselves, but about how we, as a society, use them. If biohybrids are designed for medical applications, could they be used to replace human workers in critical care or surgery? How do we ensure that their creation and use don't harm people or the environment? And what about the implications for the workforce? As robots become more advanced, what happens to human jobs? These are important questions that need to be addressed as the field of biohybrid robotics moves forward. It's up to us to establish ethical guidelines that ensure these technologies are used responsibly, balancing the incredible potential with the need for safeguards. The line between life and technology is becoming more blurred, and the ethical implications are as vast as the potential for innovation. The future of biohybrids. So, what's next for biohybrids? Well, the future is incredibly exciting. Imagine robots that not only perform tasks with precision, but also think, feel, and interact with the world in ways that mimic living organisms. Biohybrids could eventually have the ability to sense their environment, adapt to it, and even evolve over time. It's like giving a robot a brain and body that can grow, heal, and learn. Think about robots in space. Biohybrids could become the ultimate companions for astronauts on long-term missions. These robots could adapt to the harsh conditions of space, repair themselves if damaged, and even assist in tasks like navigation, research, or habitat construction. Since they're partly biological, they could evolve to survive in the extreme environments of distant planets or moons. And on Earth, biohybrids could be the key to solving environmental challenges. Imagine robots designed to help clean up polluted areas, using their biological components to adapt and heal, functioning continuously without the need for constant human intervention. In medicine, we could see biohybrid robots that can assist with patient care on a much deeper level. Instead of just performing tasks, they could become empathetic companions, understanding human emotions and needs. These robots might one day be capable of delivering personalized healthcare, understanding a patient's condition by feeling their responses, and acting accordingly. The potential applications are truly limitless, and we're just beginning to scratch the surface. With advancements in tissue engineering, artificial intelligence, and robotics, the possibilities for biohybrids could redefine the way we live, work, and interact with machines. In the near future, we might not just be relying on robots to help us, we might be living side by side with them, creating a harmonious blend of biology and technology that enhances both our lives and theirs. The line between the artificial and the living is disappearing, and it's up to us to shape this exciting future. Thanks for tuning in to InnoVision Tech. Biohybrid robots are just the beginning of a whole new era where biology and technology converge. What do you think? Are we ready for machines that can heal and adapt like living organisms? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update on the latest in science and tech. See you in the next video.